Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we have a very highly anticipated video where we will be going over the differences between high school and college wrestling. Enjoy the vid.
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Pull up in a ride, yeah, painted with some decals. I ain't never stopped, can't be trusting any females. Got a shorty blog, had a texting through the email. Walking right on top, I won't fall, that's a detail. You can call me.
So for everyone who has no idea who I am, I wrestled all the way through youth, through high school. I was a state champ my senior year, and this year I kind of just finished off my first season as a college athlete. Now, of course, this season has, been, kind of unexpected and whatnot. We haven't had any wrestling tournaments or anything like that, especially practice season from the, way beginning of the season from like November. We didn't really practice as much, so it was kind of different, but nonetheless, I still think that I got a good grasp on what college wrestling is. So in this video, I'm gonna kind of go over 5 main differences and kind of, the big factors that what differentiates the two. So coming in at number 1 is your wrestling teammates. So what's different about this is because, well, first off, it's a brand new team, a bunch of new guys, and of course they range from state to state. For instance, on Parkside, we got guys from Illinois, we got guys from Texas, so it's kind of crazy, and of course, there's a decent amount from Wisconsin. But the thing is, these guys, for their high school team, they were the best, if not one of the best wrestlers on their team. And so of course in high school, you usually have maybe 3 or 4 guys that are, up top in your high school wrestling team of, like 20, 25 guys. And so a lot of these guys are the best wrestlers from their team coming up from high school, and it's just a whole new atmosphere. And the thing about this is because at the end of the day, it's really gonna help everyone build up and make the team even more stronger with all these leaders. There's a saying that goes, if you're the richest man in the room, you're in the wrong room, or something like that along the lines. But anyways, guys, that's like the same thing for wrestling. If you're the best wrestler in the room, find a new wrestling room, because you have to be always on that pursuit of getting better and facing tougher and more technically sound opponents, because at the end of the day, that's gonna make you better. Now this leads right into number 2, which is practices. Now, of course, for my background, of course, I went to all the high school practices, but I also did club practices, of course, at Askren. So I kind of know, a wide range, and especially like going to camps and kind of, Fargo and doing all these sorts of practices. I've come to the conclusion that overall, college practices are a lot harder. But just let me explain first. So what I'm talking about that it's harder, the practice and its difficulty is almost solely based on yourself and your teammate. All in all, wrestling is wrestling. So I mean, you go to practice and they're telling you to do drills, they're telling you to do live wrestling, they're telling you things to do, sparring, easy and hard out. And every guy kind of has a different difficulty or intensity to that. And that is what, makes the difficulty of the practice. And also, of course, there's all reasons for this. For instance, if someone's trying to lose weight, they're definitely gonna work harder at practice to get a more sweat going. College wrestlers are more stingy, they're tough, they're stronger. These guys are grown men. And also going to live wrestling, these guys are college wrestlers, so they know how to wear you down. So like almost everyone in the room has just such heavy hands, they're really quick on their feet, get to the leg, they score, they don't let up easy, they don't stop moving, and it's completely different from high school, especially wrestling, a couple first-year wrestlers, in high school every day in the practice room. And once again, this is good because at the end of the day, this is what's gonna get you better. So coming in at number 3, we got mat wrestling. So of course, mat wrestling is when you're on top, when you're riding, or if you're on bottom and you're trying to get out. Now, of course, in college, there's a new rule that high school has not really adopted yet, and of course, that is riding time. So if you get 1 minute more than your opponent of riding time, at the end of the match, you secure 1 more point. And this is why everyone, rides in college, and that's why it's such a big deal to be able to get out on bottom. And once again, college wrestlers, they're so stingy with every single point. So if you get a turn, that's absolutely huge. If you get out on bottom, that's huge as well. If you hold a guy down, that's even better. So for instance, this year, top and bottom were not my strengths at all. In high school, if you guys knew me, I was mainly neutral. I would just let guys up if I was on top. I wouldn't try to mat return or ride them. If I was on bottom, I'd get away pretty much all the time, but it might take me a little bit. And also, high school wrestlers weren't really trying to hold you down or really turn you that often. But in college, guys, that is all they do. As soon as I'm on my feet, these guys keep mat returning over and over and over again, and you got to get out. I mean, it's literally all your mindset. You can get so down on yourself. If you get mat returned 3 times in a row, it takes so much energy getting up to your feet and just for him to slam you back down and to try to get up again, just do it all over again. It's really, really tough, and that is what makes college kind of a crazy mind game in that sense. And also when when these college guys are riding, their grip strength is almost unmatched to anyone in high school. And I mean, once these guys grab onto something, they're not letting go. So that is why you can't stop moving when you're on bottom. And that's kind of what happened in my first ever college wrestling match. Of course, if you guys saw, got flat man. And that's because I stopped moving and dude locked in a cradle and match was over. So you can't stop moving when you're on bottom, and you always gotta be alert. Now, number 4 is your opponents or your competition. So in high school wrestling, of course, we wrestle maybe 50 matches, and maybe I'd have maybe 8 to 10 matches that are against, pretty solid guys, and matches that, probably go either way. And so with those numbers, I got 40 matches. That's pretty much automatically like, yeah, I know I'll win. I'll know I'll get the pin or the major or bonus points. In college, you're not wrestling the best guys from your state, but you're wrestling the best guys in the country. And so just a little social studies for you guys. Of your one state in high school, that's 50 states. And guys, these college wrestlers that you are up against, when you step on the line, these guys are scary, tatted up, grown men going to try to do absolutely their best to put you on their back and absolutely choke you out and pin you. Now, of course, everyone is different. Not everyone in college has tattoos, but guys, if you have tattoos, you're pretty scary if you got tattoos. But it's such a big jump going from high school competition to college competition. See the strength difference from going from high school to college, because in high school, I'd pretty much, manhandle my opponents. I think I was stronger than everyone I wrestled by far. But now that I'm college, everyone is the same strength, if not stronger than I am. And of course, I'm just a true freshman this year and whatnot, but I think this is a huge motivating factor for me to get back in the gym and really put in the work this offseason. Now, another thing I think I mentioned before a little, but these guys that you're wrestling do not care about your feelings. They don't care who you are. They're out there to win. So with this being said, I mean, these guys wrestle dirty. I mean, of course, it's not like so bad, like illegal or anything, but I mean, the way they, like crossface or maybe get under your neck when they're trying to turn you, stuff like that, just the little things, which, I mean, it definitely makes a big difference in a match, but, they don't mess around. And I think if someone had this college attitude and this college way of wrestling in high school, they would be so successful. And this is the last huge difference between high school and college wrestling, is that it is up to you to get better. It's easy to play the name game in college, saying, yeah, my coach doesn't show these moves, or the practice partners aren't good enough, or, whatever it is. You're away from your parents, you're away from your home, off in college and whatever. It's a new place, new experiences and stuff like that, and you're on your own. You're on your own, and it's up to you to get better. And you might think it's a little scary, which of course at first it is, but all in all, it will make you a better person, it will make you a better wrestler, it will make you more accountable, it will make you more responsible, and that is all that matters. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching the top 5 differences of high school and college wrestling. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you could, guys, slap that like button, absolutely obliterate and suplex that like button to shreds. But guys, also if you could subscribe if you are new, thank you so much. We'll see you guys next video. Hope you guys are doing great. Have an awesome week. See ya, guys.